intelliaire climate controller is a patented thermostatic user-optimized interface for controlling air conditioners, furnaces, air exchangers, and all other air control systems. It is extremely green and cost-effective. To go green oftentimes comes at a great expense. My system operates at a great savings to the end user. It uses the natural climatic changes that occur during the day or night and automatically brings the more desirable air in as it is available, saving large amounts of energy. Obviously, this is seasonal and varies from time to time during the season. For example, in August of 2012 in Clearfield, PA, a standard AC system would have run a minimum of 359 hours to keep a building around 70 degrees. With my system, it would have used a maximum of 83 hours. Likewise, in April of 2012 in Fort Worth, Texas, to maintain 70 degrees, an AC system would have to run 434 hours, but with my system, it would have used a maximum of 232 hours of AC. In my city of Watertown, New York, during the month of July 2012, we used 529 hours of AC to maintain the 70 degrees. But with my system, it would have only had to use the AC 282 hours. Similarly, in September of 2012, to maintain the same degree, a furnace would have to run 516 hours, but with my system would have only required 332 hours of heating. This is just a random sampling from the NCDC site, which I pulled for my calculations. How it works. intelliaire Climate Controller works using patented user controller set points. There are systems that integrate many systems, but they have a major flaw. Let's say you're cooling a house to 70 degrees. It gets cool outside, so if properly set, it will draw in the colder air to a variable of 2 degrees plus or minus. My system allows the user to set their own parameters. The greater the parameter, the greater the savings. If they are willing to go 15 or 20 degrees, they will save lots of energy and money. The parameter setting would allow them to bring in the free cooler air during the cooling season and the free hotter air during the heating season. For example, if during the cooling season you set your parameter to 15 and your building, you say your parameter is to 15 degrees and your system is set to 70. When it gets colder at night, it could cool your building up to 55 degrees. If the air gets that cold, when it starts to warm up, it will stop drawing in the now warming air and the AC will not come on until the temperature reaches 70 degrees. Anytime your building indoor temperature rises above the outdoor temperature, the system will bring in the better air. The parameter works off only one side at a time. During the cooling, it works down. During the heating season, it works up. It always optimizes you off your main desired set point. The system works just the opposite way during the heating season as it does during the cooling season. Many people attempt to accomplish the same effect by opening and closing windows, putting fans in the windows, whole house fans, and so on. A lot of us have already used a lot of our window space to install AC units, which are extremely awkward to take in and out to do this. I see a whole new line of AC units with integrated air intake systems. And to increase their efficiency, remote-controlled exhaust fans controlled by the same intelliaire climate controller. For buildings that have central AC and air handlers already in place, it is a simple process of installing intelliaire climate controller with its controls and components to integrate and optimize all the systems. This system can be used in any building, residential buildings, offices, factories. The bigger the building, the greater the parameters allowed, all factor in to the savings potential.